Welcome to the Media Bubble Podcast. I'm your host Fredrik, and with me as always is my co-host Karol.
Hello.
And what was it? Since we recorded our summer games video, I don't know.
It's been pretty short succession.
A few hours later, it was announced we're getting a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, and we already had it, and it was quite good.
It was surprising because everyone was saying "Oh, this is not going to be that exciting of an direct because the Nintendo Switch
It's quite old. No matter how you slice it, how old is it? 7 years?
It came out 2017.
7 years.
Yeah, so
everyone
is it 7 years?
Yeah, it's 7 years.
That's longer actually than I thought.
And everyone is speculating, like, Nintendo, when are you going to announce a successor? When are you going to pull the plug?
Well, apparently from Nintendo it's going to be next year.
I almost kind of don't want them to announce a new one. I'm quite comfortable with my Switch. I don't want a new one.
Yeah, kind of me too.
I have all the games I ever wanted on that one.
It's kind of like... do I need a new console? Can't you just keep making games for this one?
I just hope they do kind of what Sony did and release the games on both platforms. That is my wishful thinking. I don't know if that will do.
Maybe they will do that the first year or something, but eventually they are going to completely switch over.
But you know what? I know I'm dragging on this intro because this is not the topic. The topic is the Nintendo Direct. You know what?
Well, this has something to do with the topic.
True. But you know what would be the worst thing that they would announce for me?
What?
For the next console? A new Splatoon.
Well, we have gotten a second and a third one on this.
I know. But I'm just so glad. Look, I play Splatoon for the story. I'm bad at PvP. But I have yet to finish the DLC for the third one. So please give me time. Please, Nintendo, please.
Well, there was nothing about Splatoon in this Direct. Maybe they are getting on work on Splatoon 4 for the next console.
Let's hope they do, because we have Summer Splatfest yet it's this weekend. Oh my god. Anyway, welcome back to our podcast. Today we're talking about something closely related to Nintendo, which is the Direct that just
closely related.
you can say they're kind of like almost made by the same company.
Well, it's produced probably by Nintendo with so some other gaming companies that put something in. How do you want to go? Do you want to take the games in order of announcement, or do you just want to speak freely?
I think the Direct isn't that long for us not to talk about the games in order. And if it's more interesting, then we'll talk more. If it's less interesting, then we'll just talk a little bit.
Yeah, okay. The first announcement is one that started the whole presentation. We're getting a new Mario and Luigi game. And that is a bit surprising with the fact that the studio that used to make Mario and Luigi games, they went bankrupt for a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I've seen it on Twitter.
Yeah, a kind of weird reason how they went bankrupt, but anyway, so they couldn't make this game anymore. So I don't think we actually know who is making this game yet.
No, I think the gossip around has been that Nintendo just wait until you play it. So we don't have any information who's making this game.
Yeah, but
kind of sucks.
I don't. It looks very. Yeah, I remember seeing the art style and I was like, oh, this is Mario and Luigi, and I didn't, and also the opening intro, I didn't recognize it from any other games. So I was like, oh, this is a new Mario and Luigi game.
Yeah, and I just gotta say, I like Mario and Luigi games. I think I borrowed Inside Story from you.
Yeah, Bowser's Inside Story.
And ever since it's been one of my favorite games.
Yeah, it is a really fun RPG series, and I guess something unique with it was that you could really defend when the enemy is attacking. You could really actually defend it so that you didn't have to take damage in a turn.
Yeah, it felt very not responsive. Interactive. What I want to say. Like, it didn't keep you bored.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to say, from just the announcement, it's so bouncy. It's so energetic. The animation's colorful. It really, like, I think they maybe had inspiration from what's the game?
Yeah, I think the biggest inspiration is probably the first game in this case, because it seemed the first game was kind of just the Mario and Luigi concept. The other ones brought in some kind of new gimmick.
Yeah.
And this one seems to just be the Mario and Luigi concept back, and I don't know. I can kind of vibe with that.
Oh yeah, I mean, right. But what I wanted to say is that maybe they took inspiration from Wonder, but also maybe I'm bullshitting, because I just want to say, like, the colors, dancing, energy, but it also kind of always was present in Mario and Luigi games.
Yeah, maybe with that, because this console is more powerful than the 3DS, which was the last Mario and Luigi game on. Maybe this could just make it more colorful.
Yeah. So I wonder if it doesn't. I just wanted to say, oh, maybe there's co-op.
How was it? The second one was a baby gimmick. The third one was you could play as Bowser. The fourth one was Dream Luigi. The fifth one was a Paper Mario.
It's a cool concept. Like, it's malleable to just throw in new gimmicks.
Yeah, but at the same time, after so many gimmicks, I'm kind of glad that maybe this one is just a bit straightforward.
So, on a scale from not getting it to I will definitely get it, how do you feel?
I will probably get this one. I probably need one more trailer, but I don't know, eventually down the road I see myself getting this one. Maybe not day one.
Same. I could see myself playing this game. On to the next announcement. NES Edition World Championship. I'm reading the whole title backwards. Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. Speedrunning challenges.
Yeah, kind of. Not that excited, if I'm being honest.
I don't like the pressure, so that's not for me.
I kind of like to take my time with games.
Next up, Fairy Tail 2. I'm not into Fairy Tail. I just know that the girl that had the Zodiac powers, that she was cool.
Well, if I'm just speaking about what I saw from the game, the animation looks decent at least. Well, it captured at least the kind of anime style. It wasn't the world's greatest graphics, but let's see. As you know, I used to be kind of a big fan of Fairy Tail before. I'm not really that anymore. Yes, so sometimes because the manga is still ongoing.
It is?
Well, they created a sequel manga called Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest, and it's kind of even more wilder than the original Fairy Tail. So sometimes I just pop in and check. Oh wow! What crazy thing are they doing now?
I didn't even know about it. I honestly thought, because I know that the Fairy Tail, the original series, they received a fair share of criticism.
Well,
I don't know which one. I didn't keep up with the manga. I just know that it has this reputation for being bad.
Well, it is kind of bad, if I'm being honest. I could probably make a whole video on what is wrong with Fairy Tail. I don't think I have time in this video to do that.
This is not the Fairy Tail roast.
If you want to, I can make one.
I would also I can check it out. I think it's the anime. But
let's see.
Nevertheless, next up we had
Fantasia New Dimension.
Yeah.
Well, this was the mobile game to Switch, right? With the Final Fantasy creator.
Yeah, it looks like it was made for phone, at least from the menus. But the art style is nice, and you can apparently capture monsters to rebattle them in your dimension. It's an interesting gimmick. I'll give you that.
I'm not so sure about this one.
Same.
With how many games there are on the Switch, I'm not exactly sure if this one stands out to me enough. I do know that there are some ones that have looked forward to this actually, but not really for me.
Same.
Then we have the best announcement of the whole direct. We are getting basketball on Nintendo Switch Sports. 2 years after the game have come out. We are finally getting it. Now we can throw our basketballs.
Jesus Christ. Nintendo Switch Sports Basketball, we balling now. It's... I don't know, what is the thought here? I thought this was... Like, people must be playing this game.
Well, it sold really well. I think it sold like 10 million copies or something.
It had like seasonal like content, which is like costumes, emotes, equipment. That was an interesting idea.
I find it a bit interesting on how much they are trying to get off the Me brand now.
It's a shame, but I guess Nintendo is never for staying over for like they're never, unless it's Mario, they never.
It just felt to me that after the Wii U, they tried to create a whole new image, and that was, and as part of that, it was like kind of getting rid of the Miis.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think this game is kind of a remake of the of some of the Mii games, but it doesn't have the Miis in it.
You know what? I think it's to Nintendo's advantage to just be able to scrap ideas like with the Miis, because it was successful and they could have like kept the brand, right? But they didn't. They trying for something new.
Yeah. So basketball coming this summer. I am so looking forward to it, even though I don't own the game.
I'm thinking like this is a possible buy for me.
Well, if I'm being quite honest, I used to own Nintendo Sports Resorts, which basketballs came from. That was a little bit of fun. I can't say that basketball was the thing that I played the most, but it was a little bit of fun.
I mean, as you said, plus this is a maybe for me since I have a niece who is quite young. This seems like a fun game for her with motion controls. So maybe it's a maybe for me.
Then we have maybe the most interesting announcement, because this is actually not based on any of Nintendo's IPs or...
Memories in Orbit. And
Mio memories are in orbit.
I'm gonna spare the joke for the almost like when we talked about this game. Let's go.
Is this Nintendo exclusive, or is this coming to other consoles?
World premiere reveal trailer, but I don't think it might only be on. I don't know. This feels to me like a game that would be on the Steam.
Yeah.
Like, because this is essentially for our listeners, Mio. It looks like, to me at least, Hollow Knight with a different setting.
Yeah, it's like you are some... I feel a kind of electric vibe with the main character and...
Yeah, robots, electricity, wires, metal.
In Metroidvania playstyle. Playstyle.
Yeah, which is not bad. I'm intrigued, but I'm not playing... I haven't played a game like that in a long time.
Yeah. I can't say that I've played many Metroidvanias, but I will give it that this looks really unique and interesting. It definitely has its own art style down.
It's interesting, and the music, it reminded me of Nier.
Yeah, and as we said, kind of Metroidvania with a bunch of combat options. It seemed like. Okay,
now I'm gonna do the joke. So you played, I haven't played, what's the game? Xenoblade? No.
I have played Xenoblade 2.
But I mean 3.
No, I haven't played the third one.
Okay, because there's like a character named Mio.
Oh, okay.
But the joke won't land now that I know that you won't play it. That you haven't played it. So let's move along.
Oh, sorry. I can play it too next time. I don't know. I didn't enjoy Xenoblade 2 that much, if I'm being honest.
That's fair.
Let's see. Then let's see an update to Disney Illusion Island. So if you have played that, then there's an update for you.
I won't be playing that.
We can play it together. It's 2-player, Karol.
No, because
I can be Donald Duck and you can be Goofy.
Okay, that's kind of cool idea. You kind of sold me on that. Because in the end, like, I could see myself playing it with you. I'm not saying like we should. It reminds me a lot of like Rayman Legends.
Yeah, it definitely seems like that was one of the bigger inspiration for it.
But now for a real announcement for real gamers, for hardcore Nintendo Switch fanatics, which is Hello Kitty Island Adventure. This is the game that escaped Apple Arcade hell. It has crafting, it has exploration, you can build houses, there is a quest system, there is a story, and there's big challenges, which is a character from Saniro, who is also in this game. He's a little crocodile.
Okay.
I want this game so bad.
I have never heard of this game before.
I want this game so bad, and you have never heard of it.
What did you say? Apple Hill?
Yeah, so originally this game was stuck on Apple Arcade. And it's a shame, because apparently it's really good. I've seen people online praise it and begging people to play it. As I said, it has characters. You have your own customizable Saniro main character. You can build stuff. All of the different mascots have different abilities.
You are really into this. This isn't just some a tiny bit of joke. You are really into this.
I think this might be my next Animal Crossing.
Oh, okay.
I just want to be a cute critter.
Well, okay. If you were excited, then that's good.
So yeah.
I don't know. I tried Animal Crossing for the 3DS. I just never got into it.
Oh God, I loved Wild World. The thing is, when you got into the rhythm, it really felt like a great game. And when you were mean to villagers, when you forgot about them, they were mean to you.
To me, with Animal Crossing, I just felt like when I play a game, I want to like play it for quite a bit of time. To me, it just Animal Crossing feels like a game that you are going to play a little bit of every day.
Yeah.
And I wasn't that biggest of fan of that.
Yeah, I think that's entirely valid, since it's a game about like more long-term goals instead of short-term enjoyment. I don't know if I said it correctly.
Okay.
But next up, what do we have?
We have Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports, and it looks as bad as you would think it is.
It's so weird. So wacky.
Yeah, it's so wacky.
With
Looney Tunes.
I don't get it. Like, they can release this game, but they cannot, for the love of them, like Warner Bros. Release Acme vs. Coyote, the movie that's been everybody was looking for, and they apparently had like to get. There was like an indie studio making a movie for Donald Duck.
Donald Duck. Daffy Duck.
No, Daffy Duck. Oh my God. Which is also releasing in cinemas pretty shortly.
When I think about it, it's both a Mickey Mouse announcement and a Looney Tunes announcement here.
But I would rather play arcade sports. I don't know. I'm just so turned off by Disney lately.
We are talking about Looney Tunes now.
That's why I would rather play Looney Tunes.
Okay. Well, we were talking about Looney Tunes game.
No, because you said it's funny that we had also an announcement from Disney, and I said I'm so sick of Disney.
I said Mickey Mouse.
But then I said I'm sick of Disney. And that's why I would rather play the Looney Tunes game.
I wouldn't want to play this. This doesn't look that...
It doesn't.
One thing that I also kind of think is that if you are going to do a sports game, then maybe it's the best idea is to focus on one sport. If you are going to make a bunch of different sport, then it's just going to be a really simple version of that sport.
I mean, I don't know. Didn't like Mario Strikers do that? And
no, not Mario Strikers.
What
the
was the
Mario
football
Sport
game?
Mix?
Ah, okay. I was thinking about the football game.
And that was really simple mechanics to those games that were there.
Have you tried the like the cabinet games, the Olympic Mario games?
Yeah, I used to own a bunch of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
But I mean, like the like arcade cabinet.
No.
I tried them. They are so fun. Like they have a motion sensor at your feet, so you have to basically run in place for the characters to run, and you have to jump over the obstacles.
Oh, okay.
In real life.
Oh. Okay. That's fun.
Among Us.
Yeah, 3 new types of what are these called? What are these characters called?
Players. Oh my god! What? Crewmates? No, crewmates.
Okay, crewmates.
I was thinking Among Us. So yeah, basically Among Us has an update with 3 new roles, which is one that tracks. You can put a tracker on your friends and then track them on a minimap. One who is for the traders, which you can turn invisible, and the third one, which is... Oh my god, I already forgot.
Well, let's see. There was a invisible one, there was
Screamer.
a tracker, and there was a screamer. Okay.
Yeah, Screamer, basically like noisemaker. So when he dies or they die, he alerts the rest of the crew.
I just kind of started to think back about our previous game conversation, and you were talking about Warner Brothers, and they won't release this.
Acme vs. Coyote.
Yeah, and I just come to think about you are less with Disney. I'm kind of less with Warner Brothers because I feel like they are constantly making weird decisions.
They're both. You know what's the best answer for all of this? They're both bad.
Yeah.
It's just this.
I think that probably all movie studios are bad, not just Disney.
Yeah, because at this point it's just about consolidation of power. It's not about releasing creative movies. It's just about the money. And maybe it's always been, but it just feels a lot more lately about this.
Yeah. Well, this is about Nintendo Direct, so maybe we won't go in too deep on that.
Yeah. So what's the next game?
We have for Magia.
For Magia.
For Magia.
Oh, I just got the name. Oh my god, I'm so dumb.
So this, if you have read Fairy Tale, which we spoke about before, these characters design are probably going to look a little bit familiar.
Do you get the pun in the name?
Let's see. It's farming and it's magic.
Exactly. I only got it just now.
Oh, okay. What did you think of
I
the name before?
I was thinking, oh, maybe it's like there's a meaning to this. No, it's just a pun that I would make.
Oh, okay. A Karol pun.
Yeah, instant 10 points.
Sponsored by Karol.
I mean, the game itself, it looks, as you said, it's anime inspired with like fairy tale roots.
It's kind of like a Pikmin farming game.
Yes, you can grow a fox from a corn cob.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's so dumb. I love it.
And you can grow many.
And then you have full scale like assault battles with different types of monsters. I want this. I want this.
Okay, I'm not fully sold yet, but yeah, it definitely had an interesting vibe to it.
So if you eat this fox, is this considered a vegetable? When you eat this fox in this game?
No,
Are you a vegetarian?
I have a feeling that it probably more counts as a living being.
Yeah. Oh. I'm just curious. I'm just exploring my options.
I don't know. Maybe it's you can kind of ask yourself that when you eat an egg.
I was thinking lately about drinking milk. How weird it is.
That we're drinking cow's milk.
Yes. Like how much suffering we have to inflict just for like, and it's like, I don't judge people for drinking milk. It's just like, oh, we have to keep the cows pregnant and lactating and we have to like take the kids away so that we can drink milk, and it's like it's so normal, but because we don't think about it.
Yeah, there are some horrible sides to our community.
Anyway,
we need that Belgian cow.
Like yeah, like I don't know. I think it's just like watching Dungeon Meshi lately like made me think about eating a little bit more, like what a privilege it is.
Yeah. Okay. We also just made pizza before this.
Yes, exactly. Like because it's also like with pizza, it's cheese, and it's the same, and it's like it's so normal to just eat pizza.
Yeah.
But it's like we're inflicting like pain. No, it's not pain. It's just like not the bestest things on other living creatures.
Well, I'm not sure if someone want to go their whole lives being pregnant.
Exactly. Like it doesn't seem comfortable.
Let's see. Moving on. There's a lot of topics that we're going into that we probably could go deeper in other episodes.
We could. I have family members who are vegetarian, and I could take points, basically ask them why they would do this, and we can just have a conversation about this. Maybe in the future, this is Nintendo Direct. We're talking about Donkey Kong Country Returns HD.
Well, we are really good at talking about other tracks. Well, I started to talk about fairy tale manga. We started to talk about movie studios and how.
I think that's cool.
And now we're on milking cows.
So, listeners, how? No, I'm not gonna ask you how would you.
How
like
do you want your milk?
How do you want your milk? This is a good question. I feel like do you prefer like what do you think? Do you think it's like not acceptable? Do you think like it's okay? Like this is just a sacrifice we'll have to make. Do you prefer maybe like coconut milk or maybe like oat milk? Like is the price of oat milk not inflated because of our reliance on it? Like maybe it's gross. Put it in the comments below.
Yeah, do that. Let's see next game.
And what the game... Oh, also, what game are you hyped about?
Yeah, I would be glad if the next game announced would be a cow milking game.
We had Switch. We Switch. It already happened.
Yeah, they did that. You're sitting weirdly and milking the cow.
Oh, wait. Last Direct, they announced the sequel to that game. Like, they were so fast, too. Like... We had, like, it was 1, 2, 3, Switch 2, and they had, like, a minute, and they like, yeah, we already announced it, let's skip it, nobody will buy it, like, next game. Just amazing.
Okay, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. A Switch port for Donkey Kong Country Returns, and Donkey Kong Country Returns is a long name if you say it that many times, but... it's a really good game, so
Switch really has all the like great ports to it, right?
Yeah, I almost feel like they maybe have put a little bit too much effort on ports, like because okay, ports doesn't take that long to make, to be fair, but it still takes a bit of time away from other games that maybe they could have been making.
Original IPs, I get it. But you know what? Nintendo is notoriously awful when it comes to like playing old games. And even like with I never had a Wii. I never had like a Wii U. So I'm glad. I'm so glad because I have a system that I can play all these great games on.
Yeah. And Nintendo almost never does remix.
Exactly. Unless it's on the Switch.
Well, if we take for an example the 3D Mario games that came out a while ago in a bundle, like it was Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. Which
God, that was awful how they did that though. They made it on a physical disc.
And you could have made that so much better. Like if it's an anniversary of Mario, you could have like that maybe would have been a good opportunity to maybe remake them and put them in a bundle, like kind of like Crash and Spyro did.
But even the I don't is the All Stars collect? I don't think that's the name. All Star Collection. Super Mario All Stars.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think they did a digital download for that. I think they wanted like
digital down. I think the 3 games were separated in digital download.
Oh, okay. Because I was in the opinion that they only made it for physical, and that's how they released it.
Well, the physical also had a bit of a thing with it being timed.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It was like you're either getting it now or you're not getting it at all.
The FOMO of it all. It's so effed up.
Well, it sold quite good.
Yeah, because the people are afraid of losing their video games. Nintendo, you wanna eat the cake and keep it too.
Well, anyway, Donkey Kong Country Returns, good game, new console.
So next up, with a longer name, Dragon Quest HD 3 HD 2D remake and more.
I think you said Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake.
We are using the Polygon article because it's so nicely laid out.
Well, have you seen this trailer? It's kind of like this. You know that kind of style that they are using nowadays when it comes to
like HD 2D.
Yeah, exactly. Like in that name.
I've seen some initial screenshots from when this one was announced. It looks much better. It looks nice.
Yeah, it looks really beautiful with this.
Blue.
Yeah, it's interesting because at one point you thought that these let's say sprite graphics were probably gone, but they are making very new and exciting ways for sprites to still work in new games.
Yeah, I think the worry was that it couldn't be like innovated, right? Like once you hit a wall of detail with sprite work, like with pixel art, that's it. But no, like this looks great, and it also has pixel sprites.
Yeah, they keep coming up with ideas.
What doesn't come up with ideas is the next game announced.
Funky Fusion.
Yeah, God, why? This looks like a cheap Unity like engine asset flip with some brand names attached.
Do you know why it's looked like that?
Because it's Funko.
Because that's probably what it is.
Oh God, this is what the hell does it remind? It reminds me of another game, Lego Dimensions. But Lego Dimensions had the appeal of Lego. This is just Funko.
It also looked a bit of fun.
Yeah. It did. It had got them the Sonic one level.
Mm.
But this, get it out of here. No.
Well, Funko's the main appeal with Funkos is that I feel like they are produced kind of cheaply so that you could kind of buy a lot of them. Like it isn't like other figures which cost like. So sometimes really much.
It's a good product. Like
it isn't. I probably wouldn't say that it's the nicest thing to look at.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think this is a very important distinction to what you just said. It's, as I said, it's a good product, but it's not very good to look at. But think about it. Your mom, your son likes, I don't know, Rick and Morty. You're a terrible parent. You allowed this. And you're thinking, what am I gonna get my son? Funko is a great alternative for a lot of buyers. And you're now showing me your own, but this is cool. This is a bobblehead. This you can put in your car. I want one.
I'm showing him one I got of a Wolverine.
Yeah, but like you have a Funko that's a bobblehead. I want a bobblehead.
Well, they kind of look a little bit lifeless with the eyes, I feel like.
But going back to the topic, like it's a safe choice. You're a collector, they're gonna go up in value. Collectors. You're a kid, you wanna have. They're not expensive. Kids. You're a mom. who doesn't want your I'm sorry. Maybe you're a mom that really wants to give their son like something they like. They buy it. You're a dad. You're neglectful. You buy them a Funko. You.
Well, anyway, it doesn't look like that good of a game.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know what even were the franchise that they were in this. Was there an exciting franchise?
No, the problem is also with Funko, at least with this game, it feels so. I'm just getting this feeling like they're getting so up in their airs, like, oh, we're Funko, and here's a character in a box, and it's being unboxed, and it's not. It's just like, oh, it's like the whole collectible thing. It's like getting like high and mighty about this. Let's talk about another game. I cannot talk more about this.
Okay, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD we can talk about for around 10 seconds.
Oh God, but it's good. It looks good.
Well, it looks like a good HD port of Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
What did you just say?
Well, I looked at the name and it just said HD. So when I was, it looks like a good remake of Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
I agree.
But the original title would be Luigi's Mansion 2 without the HD.
HD. I might play it. Okay.
Is this the new way of making remix? You putting HD behind Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. We have Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD.
There's a lot of HD remakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, if you talk about naming and Square Enix, they have an interesting history.
I won't let them forget the final chapter prologue.
Well, what was that name?
It was Kingdom Hearts before 3 released. Kingdom Hearts is 2.8 Dream Drum Distance No, not Memory of Melody. It was God damn it. I can't do this today.
Kingdom Hearts 2.8.
Yeah, final chapter prologue.
The fact that you have a name 2.8 is interesting in itself.
I mean, when Kingdom Hearts released, they had like 2.9 at the intro, but they had the boss to do it. Like, it's a joke at this point.
Yeah, I actually find that really funny that they did that. Kingdom Hearts 2.9.
Okay, next up, the new Danpa Men.
Yeah, the new Danpa Men, not the old.
I don't know what this is. This is like a collection of... It's like mini games, building your own island. It's free to play, but it will release next month on July 27th. And it's also like a Tamagotchi... Not like Tamagotchi and dungeon crawling. It's so weird.
Yeah, it is weird. If you look at it, the characters are like me heads, but they all have a different color costume.
I have an inkling thing. Is this like a port from a mobile phone game?
Maybe.
It feels like it. Like this, because the like a lot of friends, interactivity, inviting... I don't know. I will play it. I will play it.
Well, good for you, Karol. Let's see. Metal Slug Attack Reloaded.
I haven't played a lot of Metal Slug games. I know that I see that he announced multiplayer. Which is interesting.
Not the most exciting thing for us. Let's see. Darkest Dungeon 2.
God help Switch with this game.
I thought the graphics looked a little bit interesting in any case.
It's a good game. From what I've seen online.
Well, great.
Next up, a big Nintendo Switch Online update, which is more games to play on your expansion pack.
Yeah. So you can get the...
Link to the Past. 4 seasons.
How was the logo? It was a Nintendo 64 controller plus... What was it? Plus 18. For mature. You can now play Perfect Dark.
God.
And Turok.
Next up, Phantom Brave: The Lost Hero. That one looked interesting. It's like it must be the same developers as Disgaea, right? the art style, at least the same art style.
You probably know more about that than me.
Yeah, so this guy is like a tactical RPG. A lot of it is really grindy, but that's what's so fun about it. It's like really, really big million numbers on the screen when something hits. And it feels like this one you'll be possessing, like your pals, ghosts will be possessing stuff, and also you can fuse, and it's turn-based. It looks interesting.
I love possessing stuff.
Capitalism ahoy. Which is pirates for this team.
Let's see. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics.
7 games in 1.
Well, if you like Capcom fighting games, then this looks like a good collection.
Yeah, a lot of people were hyped.
Yeah, I know that. Apparently, one of the games included is like one of those games that people never thought could re-release or something because of some rights deal or something like that.
I mean, just imagine this game has like X-Men, Avengers,
Capcom
DC,
characters.
exactly. This is like
The DC? I don't think any.
No,
DC.
they don't DC. Not this game. Sorry.
Some other game.
I might be a tad tired.
Yeah, probably.
That's why I'm so talkative.
Well, Super Mario Party Jamboree, and this actually looks like a good Mario Party game, like an original good Mario Party game. Like there have been 2 others for the Switch. There was Super Mario Party, which
Yeah, the bad one.
Yeah,
I think people really they really hated the one.
the weird thing about Super Mario Party is that people were like, well, this certainly isn't as good as the old ones, but it's going in a better direction than with the cart.
Yeah. But then we had Superstars, which sold really well, and now we have Jamboree.
Yeah, and this looks more like classic Mario Party. Like the boards looks definitely better, and yeah, it looks like an actual new good Mario Party game.
Yeah, it seems like there'll be old games, old boards, new boards, 20
There
multiplayer.
There are 2 old boards and I think 4 new boards, if I remember correctly.
Let's go. I don't want to say 100%, but like 80%. Like, as I said, niece likes motion games. I'm going to get motion games.
Well, you have said okay to a lot of games, so let's
Oh,
see about
God,
your
yeah.
let's see about your wallet in that one.
Oh god, my wallet. I need to save money. But then there's the next game too, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah, so this is kind of like they took their art style of what was that the game called?
Link's Awakening.
Yeah, Link's Awakening, and they made a new game with Zelda, and it kind of has the Tears of the Kingdom mechanic kind of onto it.
You know what? When Tears of the Kingdom released, they as they were developing it, there were like internal versions of like a Link game with a lot of mechanics, right? I think you've heard about too.
Mm.
And I think this is the result of that.
Yeah, probably is.
Like you can copy chairs, objects, control enemies, like parkour all over the map, over trees.
I find the fact so fascinating that you're playing a Legend of Zelda game and you're actually controlling Zelda.
Hell yeah! Finally, my mom can get the name right.
Yeah, you're actually playing as Zelda this time. You're not playing as Link, and your parents comes in and says, "Oh, that's Zelda."
I've also seen a lot of memes, like here comes Zelda with the steel chair, because you can practically do it now. Or like spawning beds. Have a bed. Have a bed. Have a bed. Have a bed.
Yeah. As we said, it's kind of like the Tears of Kingdom mechanic of. Yeah, you kind of can make a lot of stuff.
I think it's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Next thing.
Just Dance. It's a Just Dance.
Yeah, I don't really feel like you have to say a lot about the Just Dance. It's kind of like just, oh, there's a new Just Dance.
I mean, they kind of pivoted because it's like either you buy the game or it's like a live service.
I wonder how much these sell per year.
I do. I think it's they. I mean, as I said, they have a subscription service, so I'm guessing it's like a lot. If you want to have access to like previous Just Dance songs.
Mm. Well, the fact that they release one every year means that they probably are selling quite a bit.
Yeah. Other than that, we have.
Let's go through these kind of fast, because I'm not sure if we have.
The following games have also been previously announced.
Yeah.
Or out.
Lego Horizon Adventures.
It was on the PlayStation Showcase.
Stray.
Which was already released, but now it's ported to Switch.
Tales of the
Shire,
a Lord of the Rings game.
Yeah, this was also announced not on Summer Game Fest, but on the previous event. I think it was Game Awards. Think not My Time at Portia. Think Stardew Valley and like Hobbits.
Ace Attorney Investigations Collection.
This is a big one.
Okay, is this a big one?
Yes.
I kind of almost enjoy when we went through this game. I just said the name and you little bit of a description.
But Ace Attorney Investigations, basically nobody was like in how many, like we had how many years without this game? Basically, Miles Edgeworth, the main character, he had 2 games, one of which was in the West, second one which was never released outside of Japan. So for years we had a unofficial fan translation of the second one, which is now called no, I forgot the name. It was such a cool name. But we have new names, it's basically almost all the games are now on the Switch for the Ace Attorney. And people are rejoicing because Miles Edgeworth is back on the menu, boys.
Yeah, hasn't also the Switch kind of come out with all of their, because there have been more in this series that have not come over, but with these collection has now.
I think so. Original Trilogy is out on Switch. Then we had Apollo Justice. Then we had the Sherlock Holmes. No, it was the Ace Attorney Zero, which was in like old Japan. And now we have this. Hello.
Yeah, great. Cool. We have all of them. Collect them all.
Next up, 100-line Last Defense Academy.
Yeah, this one was... Oh, it was the Dungeon Rampa Fire Emblem game.
Yeah, tactical defense, visual novel hybrid with the same guys who did Danganronpa and Code Vein.
Yeah, it has the same art style as Dungeon Rampa. I don't think that or maybe they will do something similar, who knows.
The thing is, Kodaka really screwed up the ending of the last game, so it would be so fun if he tied it back to Danganronpa. It would be big brain move, but I think he wants to create something new.
Okay, next we have Romance Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven.
And we spoken about this. This is like such a... What is this even game?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't played any Romance Saga games before.
Yeah, and we talked about it. We don't know anyone else who played this game. And it may be our fault. I haven't touched any Saga games.
Well, I don't know. I don't even think that I have seen this that much, but from what I just could see from this game, it looked a bit interesting actually. It reminded me a little bit of Dragon Quest, not probably the quality of Dragon Quest, but maybe a little
this is what also reminded me of it.
Maybe a little less Dragon Quest.
So we have your old ruler, you meet friends, there's timeline battles, which is like there's a timeline, you can probably like manipulate it, skip forward, skip backwards, push enemies backwards on the timeline. Have you played Child of Light? Very artsy game from Ubisoft.
I don't remember if I have actually.
Floaty redhead child.
Oh, I have played that one.
Yes, so it's basically, I think it's gonna be like that.
Oh, okay.
It looks fun.
Yeah,
and
it was fun.
And you can leave your friend to the pterodactyls.
Well, that's always something.
He just like shakes. Well, whatever.
Okay, then to the biggest announcement of this whole thing, which I guess this kind of become a meme on how how long this has been announced, but we have never seen anything from it. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
Beyond what, you ask?
Well,
Beyond third games, I say.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, well, let's see. We finally get to see a bit of the newest Metroid game, and well, it, as I said, it was in development, or it was announced 2017. Then it switched studio like I don't know, 2020 maybe.
7 years ago.
Yeah, it has been some time. It was originally going to be made by Bandai Namco, and Nintendo kind of had a close relationship with Bandai Namco with some of the games, so I'm a bit surprised that Nintendo would just be like, well, this just isn't cutting it. We're giving it to another studio.
Well, as I said before, I don't think Nintendo is afraid of like stopping doing something.
No, they clearly weren't.
Yeah, and if it means a new game finally comes out, good to them. Cheers on that. Like, it's either that or this game being in development hell for the rest of its existence.
Like this is going to be the first Retro Studios original game since Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze in 2014.
HD?
I said original.
I know, I was just joking. But it is inevitable.
That would be funky mode.
Oh god, that is true. I have never played a Metroid game, so I am not hyped, but I could see myself playing it.
I played a little bit of Metroid Prime 3 once. I kind of found it fun from what I played, but I never got fully into it, so maybe I can try getting into it this time and see what this is going to be about. Is this for... Oh, it stands Nintendo Switch here, so it's going to release on Nintendo Switch then?
I think so.
Because I was wondering a bit about this game, if they were going to completely just give it to Switch 2.
Yeah, there is so much talk about the successor to Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, so much rumor, I guess.
Like, people really want this thing dead.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know either. Like, I don't think it's doing fine. I don't want to switch consoles. I don't have that type of money to get a new console like every 7 years.
Well, I guess the argument that is made is that it's getting old and the power and the graphics can't go much further than it has. That's kind of what you need a new console for. But at the same time, I'm kind of happy what we are in graphics. So
me too.
To me, I could just stay with Switch, but I know that a successor is coming.
I mean, it's inevitable. It's 7 years old, but I think people don't appreciate that. Instead of like graphical fidelity, we can have cool games.
Yeah.
Because Xbox and PlayStation are chasing.
Like if we're just looking at the list of games here and their art style, like there's one thing with graphics and there's another thing with art style.
Yeah.
And these games that we have seen here, all of them has a really good art style to it, so it doesn't matter how much the graphics capability.
Exactly. And honestly, I'm not interested in playing The Last of Us, Uncharted, Black Ops 6, realism
with Nicki Minaj.
But it is a cool point that she's in the game. Like, but see, it's like I'm interested not because of the graphics. Like, I'm interested that she's there.
I can't believe they put her in the game.
God, I want like this. If I was so close to getting that actually, but I've said like I'm gonna play that. Like, that's dumb idea, Karol. Don't do this.
Well, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, it looks cool. And apparently coming to Nintendo Switch.
With I want to say other funky mode or Nicki Minaj.
Well, if we're going with Metroid, what could you do with I don't know the Metroid franchise that good to come up with something.
See, me neither. So we can't really add anything. I feel like.
But yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
I think we went through the list. I think we had fun.
some good announcement in a direct that wasn't supposed to have good announcement.
Yeah, I think you said I didn't notice how many games I said I would like to play or get, because it kind of makes me like question which game will I get. I'm stingy with money.
That's kind of why I'm a bit hesitating about saying that I will get something, because if I'm saying that to every game, like, that just isn't true.
Yeah, I think you're right. I will rethink my choices, but they all look interesting.
Yeah.
And if I can add just a little bit of a helpful information to Nintendo for your next HD remake, what about goddamn
In 3D.
In 3D, what about Nintendo Land? Where is Nintendo Land?
Is that the only Wii U game that hasn't got a port?
I think it'd be difficult because it relies on the on the handheld screen so much.
Yeah, that is one of the actual few games that is so dependent on the Nintendo Wii U.
Like I'm like, imagine you'd have to have two consoles, right?
The only other game that I can think of that hasn't had a port is Star Fox Zero.
Maybe.
And that is probably not getting a port.
So just a tiny wish from this little old podcaster, Nintendo, Mr. Nintendo, please, Nintendo Land for me. What about you? Any your requests before Switch hits the bucket?
Nah, I'm pretty happy, I guess. I was hoping for a little bit more of 3D Mario, but
we had Wonder.
Yeah, the thing with Nintendo is also that they are usually like one per console. They are a company that kind of is like, we're going to have a new Super Smash Brothers for each console, but we're not like making two for one console.
I mean, they can, yeah. I want to say,
and they are kind of like that with a lot of series,
but not Splatoon.
Quick question: when the Nintendo Switch launched with the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, was Breath of the Wild released on Wii U?
I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I remember because we played at your house.
It released
It's so
Breath
weird
of
to
the
think
Wild
about
released on the two consoles, and it's really interesting because that was the like killer app for the Switch in the beginning, and it also was the killer of the Wii U.
Rest in peace, Wii U. You will not be missed because almost all your games are on the Switch.
Yeah. The Nintendo has really made a point of, well, there's no point in getting a Wii U.
Have that console. It was a mistake.
like they made good games on that console, but now they have ported all of them.
But I think we're getting a little bit off topic.
Well, we have been doing this the whole time.
So what about we finish it all? Dear listeners, thank you all for listening to this episode of the Media Bubble Podcast. Thanks to Jahzzar for intro and outro comedy, and keep an ear out for our next episode whenever it comes out.
Yeah, we have apparently gotten a lot of topics now.
So thank you again for listening and have a wonderful day.